Hi, third grade. Today we're going to look at Unit 6, Week 2, Day 2. Let's get started with our drill sounds warm up. Repeat after me. A, apple, ah. A, wash, ah. A, squash, ah. A, safe, A. A, acorn, A. A, Alaska, Good, that's our brand new one from yesterday. And now you should be able to see that the letter A has a lot of sounds in the English language, doesn't it? All right, let's keep going with some more of our long, open syllable sounds. E, me, e. Schwa, wagon, or I. Good. I, hi, I. Oh, no, oh. You, pupil, you. And don't forget this has another one. You flew, ooh. Great work. Okay, I also don't want you to forget this rule. C, cat, k. But C, s, when followed by EI or Y. Say that mouthful. Go ahead. C, s, when followed by EI or Y. How about this one? G, game, g. Or G, j, when followed by EI or Y. You try. G, j, when followed by EI or Y. Nicely done. Okay, next we're going to watch this video to learn our new concept for today. Here we go.
Hello, all you eager Fundations learner. It's Mrs. Koki here. And today we're going to do introduce new concepts, working on, as you know, my favorite, schwa. Remember how last time we met, we read a whole bunch of words that had schwa in them? Well, today we are going to learn how to spell words with schwa. So for today's lesson, I'd like you to get out your dry erase board, a marker, and something to erase with. Remember, if you don't have a dry erase board and a marker, you can just use a paper and pencil. So are you ready? If you need to pause the video to go get your materials, that's fine. You know I'll be here when you get back. So let's start off with a what says. Everyone repeat, What says, Go ahead and write it on your dry erase board. Good. You should have written the letter U. Now, here's the second part of that question. What says in an open syllable exception? Write it on your dry erase board. You got it. Remember, R-A can also say when it's in an open syllable exception. And remember, where does that open syllable exception usually come? You got it. Usually at the end of a word or at the very beginning of a word. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start to spell some words that have our schwa sound, So I want you to repeat after me. Say the word extra. Good. Let's figure out those syllables. So touch your box and say your first syllable. Good, X. And then we have our second syllable. What is it? I heard you. Tra. Now, when you hear that at the end of a word, we know that that's going to be our schwa sound of it. So let's go ahead and spell that word now. Touch your first box again. What was your first syllable? Good, X. How are you going to write X? Right, EX. And now our second syllable, tra. How are you going to write that? I heard you. You guys got this. T-R-A. T-R-A. Now, you might think that we have a sound option here because can be a U or our open syllable exception A, but we don't. Whenever you hear at the end of a word, it's always, 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 always going to be our open syllable exception A, or the schwa sound. So, are you ready to do a few more words with me? I hope so, because I'm ready. Let's try. Oh, who remembers where else we could have that? That's an open syllable exception. Right. We can have it at the beginning of the word too. So some of the words you're going to spell now might have that sound at the beginning, or it might have that sound at the end. So are you ready for your first word? I'm going to erase this. And everybody say the word yoga. Good. Remember what yoga is? Remember that's that form of exercise that's really helpful for you? Let's touch our boxes and say the syllables. Yoga. Now, clap if you hear an in that first syllable. No one's clapping. Clap if you hear an in that second syllable. Whoa, I hear a lot of clapping there. You're right. That second syllable has our schwa sound. So let's go back. Touch your first syllable. What was it? Good. Yo. How are you going to spell yo? Tell me what to write. There you go. Yo. Write it on your board. Second syllable. Touch your second box. What was it? Ga. Who can tell me how to spell ga? Thank you. G-A. And let's scoop it to proof it. Yoga. Yoga. Woo. Awesome. Let's go. Next word. Let me erase. Erase your boards. And let's go to the next word. Everybody say, let me think of a good word to give you. Everybody say the word awake. I hope you're awake out there. All right, let's touch the boxes and say each syllable. Awake. Good. Clap if you heard that open syllable exception A, in the first syllable. Boy, I hear a lot of clapping. You guys got it. We hear that in our first syllable. So how are we going to spell that Right, just an A. Good. And what was our second syllable? Wake. How are you going to spell wake? There you go. W-A-K-E. So make sure you write it on your board. And let's scoop it to proof it. Wake. Good. All right, let's try one more. The last word we're going to do could actually be somebody's name. Say, Sandra. Let's touch our boxes and say each syllable. Sandra. Good. Do you think I should put the schwa symbol here or on the second syllable? Where are you hearing that at the end? Yeah, I gave you the answer at the end. So let's touch our first box. What was our first syllable again? Right, sand. And because it's somebody's name, how do we have to start it? What kind of a letter? Capital letter. So how are you going to spell sand? Thank you. Capital S-A-N. And how are you going to spell dra? You got it. Say it as you write it. D-R-A. Let's scoop it to proof it. Sandra. Sandra. Thanks so much for joining me today. You guys did an awesome job as usual. Take care, and I can't wait to see you again. Bye.
Okay, next, before we play a game of Guess Which One, we're going to review some of our sound-alike words today. And normally, when we learn new sound-alike words, they come in a pair or two of them. But today, instead of two new sound-alike words, there are actually three. It's a trio. So let's review some old ones, and then we'll learn our three new ones. Here we go. Repeat after me. Mail. Spell it M-A-I-L. Mail. Do you remember the signal to help you remember the meaning? Right. Lick the envelope, seal it, put it in the mailbox. Good. Try this one. Mail. Spell it M-A-L-E. Mail. What is it? A boy or a man, right? We do the mustache. Good. Try this one. Mind. Say it. Spell it M-I-N-D. Do you remember? Your brain, what you use to think. Use your mind. Good. This one, mind, spell it Mined, mind. Do you remember? Yeah, when you go down, you mine for coal or gold or diamonds. Next, find, spell it Find, find. What's the signal? Yes, when you locate something that was missing, you find it. This one, find, Fined, find. You don't want this, right? You have to pay up as punishment. Pay a fine. Try this one. Weather, spell it Weather. Weather. Do you remember? Open up your umbrella. That's what's happening outside. Is it raining? Is it sunny? Try this one. Weather, spell this Whether. Whether you want this option or this option. It's a choice. Okay, remember this one? Father, spell it Father. It was the man, dad holding the baby. Okay, this one? Farther, right? Farther. This one's tricky to remember the signal. Do you? Yep, farther away, right? A distance. All right, this is our most recent one. Hi, say it. Hi, and that's just waving hello. This one, high, High. It's high in the sky, tall, mountain peak. Good. And now are you ready for your new ones? Let's see. The first one is by. Say it. By. Very good. Now, I'm going to say this one has a definition that means near something or someone who has done something. Okay, so if something is by my desk, it's right near it. So I'm going to say by, like point right next to you. It's by me. Okay. While we're introducing these words and the definitions and the signals, I'm going to say that if you have your student notebook at home, take it on out. And we're going to add these words to our sound alike section, which happens to be all three of them are on page 93. So we're going to start with by, by. Okay, so let me hold this up in front and pause the video so you can write it down. Okay, pause, write it, and then come back when you're ready. Okay, I know we mentioned that by, could mean near something, but the other part of this definition says, or someone who has done something. So you might see this when a book is written by someone or a picture is drawn by someone. That's the other option for by. But for our signal, we're just going to go with the one that means right near you. Okay? All right, let's take a look and see which sound alike is next. This one is buy, buy. Do you know what that buy means? Here it is. Paying money to get something. So you're at a store, you buy things at the cash register. Okay, so pause the video and add this definition to your sound alike section on page 93 for buy. Okay, now I think we need a signal for this. This is kind of going to be like that one that's find because we make that. But when you buy something, you spend money, you pay money. So we're not gonna frown because sometimes you like to buy things. We're not gonna frown for this one. We're just gonna show that symbol for paying money. Okay, let's check what the last one is. This one is BYE, buy. Okay, so our definition for this one is a saying when you go away. You say goodbye or just bye for short. So go ahead and pause the video and add this one to your sound alike section. I think the signal for this one is common sense. It's kind of like hi, but it's bye. It's the same signal in America. We use the same waving motion to say hi and bye. Okay, now we're going to play our game called Guess Which One. So I will read a sentence to you, and you will quickly write down which homophone or sound-alike word you heard in the sentence. Here's the first one. Did you buy the puppy in August? Which buy, that's our new one, is used in that sentence? Write it down quickly. Hopefully you used this buy, B-U-Y, when you pay for something. All right, try the next sentence. That poem is written by Sandra. Which by did you hear in that one? Right, this one means near something, and it also means someone who did something. So in this case, the book or the poem was written by Sandra, B-Y. All right, let's do a couple more. The baby said, bye-bye. Which bye? There's your three choices. Right, you should have picked this. It's a saying when you leave, right? Goodbye. Last one. Can we buy some taffy candy? Right, B-U-Y. Great work. Okay, next we're going to get ready to do our last activity, which is dictation dry erase. So if you don't happen to have your dry erase board and marker and eraser at home, just use a blank piece of paper and a pencil. All right, the first word I want you to write and mark is the word extra. Say it, extra. So you should know it's 2 syllables. Extra. Okay, scoop X, scoop tra, and then mark up those syllables and we'll see how you did. Tell me, what kind of syllable type is it? And mark the vowels. All right, pause if you need more time, but let's do the grand reveal. Are you ready? X, did you get EX? Tra, did you get TRA? Right, that's like our A, Alaska, open syllable exception. Did you mark X? That's a closed syllable. And did you put a brev? It's a short vowel. Very good. Tra, that looks like it would be open, but since the vowel is not the long vowel, we mark it open syllable exception. And this is the unexpected vowel, so we're going to put the schwa, the upside down E symbol above it. How'd you do? Great. All right, let's go ahead and do another word. This word is awake. Say it, awake. The baby is awake and is crying. Our first syllable is you should know that one. Easy. And then wake. Okay, spell first. Now you should scoop and scoop wake. Those are your syllables. Mark what kind of syllables those are and label the vowels. Okay, let's see how you did. Is A, right, by itself. Wake, W-A-K-E to spell it. Now, is that open syllable exception. Did you put the schwa sound above it? And wake, look at that pattern. It is vowel, consonant, E. So it's vowel dash E. Did you put the macron above the long vowel and cross off the silent E at the end? Very good. Awake. Let's just do one more word to spell and mark. And the third word I want you to do is scuba. Say it. Scuba. All right, so sk-oo. How would you do that first syllable? Sk-oo. And then ba, scuba. You hear that sound. It's not that short U at the end. Okay. Scoop, scoo, and scoop ba. And then go ahead and label your syllable types. and your vowels. Pause the video if you need more time with scuba. The scuba diver wore goggles. All right, let's see how you did. Scoo is actually SC blend. And then that's long U. Remember, you flew, oo. Scoo. And then ba is B-A. So for scoo, that's just an open syllable. And it has a macron over that long U. Ba is that open syllable exception. And that A has the schwa symbol on top of it there. Scuba. All right, now I want you to not forget the important trick words in Unit 6. So try this one. You don't have to mark it. It's a trick word and doesn't follow the rules. But how do we spell the word many? Many. There are many questions I have when I read the book. Many. Write it down. If you have your student notebook, you're allowed to use your trick word section. Let's see how you did. Spell it with me. Ready? M-A-N-Y. Many. Very good. And let's do one more trick word. I'm going to make it plural, though. So more than one. Animals. Say it. Animals. Animals. Pause the video if you need more time. Let's see how you did. Spell it with me. Go. A-N-I-M-A-L-S. Animals. Great work. Okay, and the last thing is just one sentence today. That's all. So get your brain ready for the capital letter. Here it is. The baby awoke. Means woke up, right? The baby awoke. The baby awoke and began to cry. The baby awoke and began to cry. Please don't forget punctuation at the end. I'll read it one more time. We'll scoop it together. The baby awoke and began to cry. All right. Pause if you need more time. And let's see how you did on spelling of the words first. The should be fine with a capital T, right? How'd you do with baby? That's Y, baby, E at the end of that one. Okay, how'd you do with awoke? And then W-O-K-E. The baby awoke and began to cry. All right, so now if we scoop it, I have read it multiple times now, and each time I feel like I read it the same way. I always say, the baby awoke is one phrase, and began to cry as a second phrase. There are, of course, other ways you could scoop that sentence, but that's personally my favorite way. All right, third grade, that's all the practice we have for today. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.